Hi, in this video we're going to complete working with Microsoft Excel functions. We said that functions are predefined formulas, okay? They are built-in equations in Excel. You can use them whenever you want. We said we have sum, int, round, sum for calculating the total of any range, int to like separating the integer part of any number, round to round your decimal number to whatever decimal places you need, minimum to calculate the minimum number of a certain range, max to calculate the maximum value of a certain range, average to calculate the average. We didn't have time in class to work with count, count A and count F. We're going to use the classwork sheet. We already done with the movie profit worksheet, and here we're having mobiles. The sheet we're having here representing number of sold items for different types of mobiles from Jan to June. In cell J5 here, I'm standing here, in cell J5 we need to calculate the total of sold items for the iPhone. So we're going to use the sum function. To insert a sum function, click here on insert. You will find the sum function here and most recently used. Click OK. Select your range from here to here only for the iPhone, from Jan to June only for the iPhone. So this is row number 5 from cell D5 to cell I5, and the equation is displayed here. The range is displayed here. Click OK. It's 115. I need to make it center. Okay. We're going to copy the same function for Samsung and Sony and other. Okay. Select cell J5 and place your mouse in the corner of the cell till you're having the handle and drag, okay, to copy the function. To know that you copied the function correctly, click here for example. Okay, now the range is highlighted in blue. Okay, to know that you copied the range correctly, just double click here. Okay, now the range from which we calculated the total of Samsung is highlighted. Now we need to calculate the average again for the sold items of iPhone from Jan to June. Place your mouse here to select cell K5 and insert function. Okay, if you didn't find the average function here, it should be in statistical. Okay, it's the second one here. Okay, select your range and make sure you're selecting the correct range from Jan to June. Okay, now we need to repeat the same function, so select cell K5 and place your mouse in the corner till you're having the plus sign, fill handle. Now you copied the function to Samsung, Sony and other. To make sure they are copied correctly, again place your mouse here and double click. Okay, the cell we calculated the average out of as highlighted in blue, and this is a correct range. Okay, here we need to calculate the total of Jan only. So again, place your mouse here to select cell D9 and insert function. We need sum. We can select all or most recently used. We should have sum in the most recently used. Sum, okay, select sum, and then select sold items in Jan, click OK. They are 45. Now we need to copy the same function for Feb, March, April, May, and June. Okay, we're going to fill handle, but this time to the right. So select the 45 and again fill handle to the right. Stop here. Okay, we don't need those cells, so we're gonna remove the border. No border. Okay, and border here. Okay. To make sure that your range is selected correctly, double click here. Okay, the total of May is calculated out the items of May. Okay, the highlighted range here. Okay, the max, we need to calculate the maximum sold items in Jan. Okay, so place your mouse here to select cell D10 and insert function. Okay, now we need max. Okay, should be here. Your range will be Jan. Okay, it's 18. Again, we're going to fill handle to the right to copy the same function from Jan to June. To make sure that your function is copied correctly, we're gonna click here on April maximum value and the range is selected correctly. We're going to calculate the minimum value or get the minimum value for Jan. Minimum, insert, we need the minimum. Okay, if we didn't find the minimum, it should be an statistical again. From categories, select statistical, and you can place your mouse on any function and search with the first letter of the function. I'm going to press M as I'm searching for minimum. So M, again, I have the minimum. Your range will be only Jan, okay, from iPhone to other. Okay, again fill handle to the right. Okay, we're done with the mobiles sheet. Here we have orders and transportation information of June. We're having number of orders, drivers names, items they delivered, and the destination of delivery. We need to calculate how many orders made in June, meaning we need to count how many orders made in June. So we're going to use the count function. We're having main three types of the count function: count, count A, and count F. The main function or the main usage for the count function is to count number of cells that have value. For example, here we need to calculate number of orders. So in cell K7, okay, we're going to insert from the insert function, account function, select the orders we made to know how many orders did we make. We're having 12 orders. Okay, if we counted them, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so what if I deleted one of them? Okay, the number of orders now is 11, deducted by 1. So count is counting only cells that have value. Okay, if we're having an empty value, it will not be counted. It should have value to be counted. For example, if we're having 0 here, it will be counted or not? What do you think? Click enter. Yes, it will be counted. 0 as a value. So having an empty value in a cell, it will not be counted using the count function. If it has a 0, it's a value, so it will be counted. Control Z. Okay. So what is the difference between count and count A and count F? The difference between count and count A, count is only counting numbers. It's used for numerical value. Count A can be used for any values, for numerical values, for text, for anything, for date and time and so on. So we're using count only for counting numbers. Count A will be used to count any values, text, date and time, even numbers could be counted by count A. We can try count A, delete the count from insert function. Okay, if we didn't find count A here, it should be statistical. Okay, again, select any function and count with the first letter of the function. So I'm just clicking C. Okay, here we have count and count A, and a description will be displayed here. Counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty. Okay, select numerical values here. They are 12. So what if we selected driver's name? Okay, so again, delete, insert. Okay, search for count again. I'm clicking on C, count A. We're gonna try driver's name. Okay, yeah, something else. We're trying something other than the numerical values. Okay, they are 12. So count A will count text value. It will count letters and words and so on. So they are 5. What about count F? Why do we use count F? We're using count F to count a range according to a certain criteria. For example, here we need to calculate number of drives made by each driver. Okay, we need to calculate how many drives made by John May. Okay, select cell D19 and insert a COUNTIF function. Why did we select COUNTIF? We need to select from the range here names of drivers, and our criteria will be John May. We're having two options: to type the word John May here in the criteria. Make sure it has the same spelling. The caps letters should be caps. The lowercase should be lowercase, and so on. Easier, we can select the cell. Okay, dog name. They are 2 drives. Okay. The second driver as Peter White. Okay, can we like fill handle? Is that correct? No, we're having a different criteria for each driver. In each COUNTIF, we're gonna select the name of the driver. So we're gonna do Peter White again from here, COUNTIF, okay, and the range as the name of the drivers, okay. My criteria this time will be Peter White, and make sure you're selecting Peter White from the range. If you're gonna type with your hand, it's okay, but if you're going to select the name of the criteria or the criteria, you need to select the criteria from the range. Okay, so it's 3. Okay, to make sure we can count here the name of Peter White repeated 3 times. He made 3 drives, 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, we're gonna make last one, George Remy. From here, insert function, COUNTIF. Again, our range will be the name of the drivers, names of the drivers, and the criteria is George Remy. Here, he made 2 drives. Using the same function, COUNTIF, we're going to calculate number of items delivered to Boston. So from the range here, we need to know how many items delivered to Boston. So how many times Boston is repeated here. Okay, we're going to select the cell G19. Okay, insert a COUNTIF function. Again, our range will be the destination, and the criteria will be here, Boston, 3 times. Here we have 3 orders delivered to Boston. We're gonna do NY, COUNTIF, select the destinations, and the criteria is NY. 5 items or 5 orders were delivered to NY. For the homework this week, after watching this video, you're gonna find the same Excel sheet posted on Classera starting this week. As we said, the homework will be posted on Classera and submitted as well on Classera. Okay, so make sure to watch the video, answer the mobiles sheet and the orders and transportation information. Thanks for watching.